goose.
Here we go again.
All right, sweetheart, all right. Daddy will get you a golden goose as soon as we get home.
No, I want one of those.
She can't have one.
Who says I can't?
The man with the funny hat.
I want one. I want a golden goose.
1971, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Veruca begs her daddy for the golden goose. Let's just say that didn't end very well.
Well, no one wants a Veruca, although I loved her performance of their own. So how do you avoid the I want syndrome with your kids?
Well, here to help us is Dale Adkins, a psychologist, and Leslie Jane Seymour, the editor-in-chief of More Magazine. Good to see you guys.
Hi, how are you? Good to see you.
Giving in can actually be a negative. Yeah, if you just do it too often.
It can.
Oh, God, yes, absolutely.
Absolutely, it can be a negative. And, you know, as we were talking before, sometimes we need to remember to say no. But also, you can negotiate. But some people are just so nervous about saying no to their kids and giving it.
I think you have to say no, but it all depends on your kid, as you guys were saying. I'll just say no. I mean, when I would say no to one child, he would say, when he was a toddler, he'd say, I want some more candy, and I would say no. And he'd say, okay, Mommy, I'll have it tomorrow. My daughter, on the other hand, would have such a fit. I had the neighbors knocking on my door saying, do I need to call child services? I was like, no, I just said no. So sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, depending on your child.
Well, let's throw out some scenarios that I think a lot of our viewers are going to sympathize with. Let's start with this one. We've all stood on that grocery store checkout line, heard the child pleading for a lollipop. Do you give in just to avoid the tantrum in public?
I really think you don't give in just to avoid the tantrum in public. It's really important to let your child know that you hear them, you have empathy for them. I know you want this lollipop. We're not having it now. You don't have to go into a whole story, and you can say, but I understand you want it. That crying is not going to help. Here, you can distract your child if you can. That's really a good thing to try and do. But don't worry about everybody else who's looking at you, because they have been in that situation. And you can sometimes make a joke. If you don't take it too seriously yourself and think everyone's judging you as a bad parent, you can say, anybody else been here? Anybody else have an idea? Right. And that'll in a way, stop it and get the kid to look somewhere else also. But it's normal for kids to want things, right? It's not a bad thing.
Let's just say, I mean, I really feel you can't make children feel bad about wanting. We live in what I call a want industrial complex. I mean, every time we turn on the TV, every time we go down the grocery, store shelves, it's about want, want, want. So what I say to my kids is, it's okay to want, but that doesn't mean we get. And wanting is fine. You just have to learn to deal with wanting. And I was always that mother who stood in line before I had kids and said, who is that awful woman who can't control her child? I actually have taken my children, grabbed them, and we just walk out of the store and leave the basket sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes you can do that, but there's also a difference between want and need. Sure. And I think it's important for children to understand what that difference is. And they do learn it, and they can learn that other children don't have what they have no matter what they have, and they can get engaged in trying to help other people and not just focus on what their own wants are.
Dale Adkins, Leslie Jean Seymour, thank you so much.